Good afternoon everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Elaine and I'm Elliewelliestitcher, both here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. And hello, welcome. I'm a bit late coming back to you because I should have by rights filmed last weekend and I didn't. I can't remember why now, but I just didn't basically. So apologies for that. You're getting me a week later than normal. Anyway, welcome to all of you that are returning to my channel and hello to my new subscribers, and I have picked up quite a few, so I think that's mainly down to one person, but yeah, who I will speak about a bit later. But yeah, so welcome to my channel. I hope you like what you see. Now last time I filmed we had lots of interruptions. My cockerel was busy crowing in the background, the dogs decided to start mucking about, my husband started mowing the lawn. Hopefully we're not going to get any of that today. So the chickens have gone. It's really hot here today. It is really lovely. In fact, we've had a really good week of weather, and it's predicted to stay like this for at least another week, so which is good news. So the chickens have gone for a wander off down the field, and they like to go, there's a load of trees at the side of the field and they go and sit in the shade down there, so you may not hear anything from them today. And Bear and Hope, who are my two dogs, for those of you that are new. So Bear is sitting on the settee in the conservatory in the shade, and Hope is sitting in the shade in the garden at the moment. Bear's been down the beach this morning and worn him, and he had a really big day out yesterday. I took him to Padarn Lake, which is in a place called Llanberis. I will put a few pictures, those of you that don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I will put a few little pictures on at the end so you can just see how beautiful it is. And how beautiful it is where I live. Yeah, so those of you who haven't watched me before, I live on a small island called Anglesey, which is, or Ynysmon to give it its Welsh name, which is on the top end of northwest Wales. So I'm not from there, I hasten to add. I am not Welsh, I'm English. I come from Essex, which is the southeast of England, and me and my husband moved here, well, 18 months ago or so now, maybe a little bit longer than that. Anyway, I digress already. So let's crack on with it, shall we? What have I got for you today? So I have got, oh, and the husband's not going to interrupt us either today because he has gone to Carnarvon. There's quite a lot of events on in northwest Wales this weekend. There's a big food festival in Carnarvon, and my husband's gone to that for the day. So he's gone to like run like a pop-up shop type thing for the company that we work for. So he's gone to that, and there's another big event, a pirate festival in Conway today. So it's really busy out and about. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here in my back garden. I've been down the beach this morning, so yeah, it's all good. But it's too hot now to take the dogs out. It is up in the 20s today, which is really warm for northwest Wales. Right, so what have I got for you? I have got a fully finished object. Yeah, I know, a fully finished object to show you. I've got a finish, just a little one this time. And then I've got, well, I honestly didn't think I'd done an awful lot of stitching this month because I have spent a lot of time out in the garden, so I wasn't quite too sure I'd have a lot to show you, but surprisingly I have got quite a bit. So, and then I've got a little bit of haul, not very much. I've got a plan new start for today actually, and I'll tell you a little bit about how that came about as we go along. I've got a couple of shout outs that I want to do, and then I've got a bit of a book review. Oh, and I did a giveaway on the video before last, and it's been, you know, quite a few weeks now. It's been, how many weeks has it been since I last filmed? About 5. Let me just have a look. So I have got my book of days to hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so it's 5 weeks since I last filmed, and it still hasn't been claimed. So I'm going to give it away again. So I was giving away Wicked by La-di-da, and the person that won it hasn't come forward. So we'll put it up again and see if somebody else would like it. Right, okay, so I'll start as we always start with my book of days. So this is where we finished up for April. So I last filmed on the 5th of April. So here we are now. I'm filming off a new phone today as well, so hopefully, I hope this is going to come out okay at the end. But there we are with April. So in April, I did end up having 1, 2, 3, 4 days where I didn't stitch. Don't ask me why, I can't remember now, but I did have 4 that I didn't stitch. And then in May, oh, and in April, you know, stickering wise, we went with a bit of Easter bunny, because we obviously had Easter in April this year, and some Easter eggy type things, and you know, just general springy type stuff. And now here we are into May, and I have had 1 day so far on Thursday this week I didn't stitch, but the rest of the time I have, although we're not that far into the month obviously. So I've put a few butterflies and things on here at the moment, and I've also put on here a bee. And the reason for that is, so when we moved to Anglesey, my husband really wanted to get into beekeeping, and I bought him a beginner's beekeeping course last spring. So last April he went and did the course, and he really wanted to get some bees, but it takes a little bit of time. Last April it was too late to really get started on it for the year. So over the course of the winter we got a couple of hives, and last Sunday my husband's bees were delivered to him. So there's a couple of people on Anglesey that you know, they split their hive and they give you like some of their bees basically. So my husband last Sunday afternoon got set up with his first 2 beehives, and they are busy buzzing away. I'll ask him, he has taken some video of his bees. I'll ask him if I can, you know, pop a bit of his video onto the end of this video, and you can see his beehives and how his bees are getting on. Right, okay, that's where we were with my book of days. Okay, so why, I don't know why, but my video seems to have gone a bit dark, and I don't know whether that's my phone adjusting itself, because it is really bright in here today. It may be, I don't know. We'll see what happens when I edit it. Right, okay, let's start with my fully finished object. So now, it took me about 2.5 hours to stretch and frame this, and it isn't quite straight. And if I'm really honest with you, after 2.5 hours I didn't care anymore. And it looks absolutely fine on the wall in my lounge. So it is not completely straight, but I do know that, and I don't care. Okay, so the piece that I'm referring to, this is the biggest piece I've ever framed myself actually. So this is by Long Dog Samplers, and it is Llanfair PG, which is a small place on Anglesey. I hope this isn't too shady. I don't know whether to try and move you about a bit and see. Oh, I'm just going to go with it. Guys. It's a bit amateurish of me, but I'm going with it. So yeah, it's not quite straight in the frame. This frame I got from The Range, which is a shop in the UK that sells really reasonably priced frames. And I always, right since when I started stitching this project, I always intended to frame it in this frame right from the get-go, and I never changed, never wavered from that, never changed my mind. So yeah, so it hasn't got glass in it, this one. I've left it plain on the front, and it goes really, really well in my lounge. So I'm really pleased we've framed it. So anybody that doesn't know, I stitched this on a 28 count even weave by Chromatic Alchemy, who no longer sadly dyes fabric anymore, in the colourway Knox. And I stitched it using silks, mostly dinky dyes, with the exception of the variegated silk, which is called Peacock Fuchsia from XG Designs. So there you go, finito. And I'll tell you, it really does look great in my lounge, it really, really does. So I'm very, very, very happy that I've finished that. Right, and then I had one other very small finish. So this is my monthly sheep calendar that I'm doing with my lovely friend Stitchy Sally, who has a Flosstube. If you haven't watched her, go check her out, because she has some great projects, and she's one of my Flosstubers that I watch without fail every month. So here is April. This is by Lotus Lake Stitching on Etsy, and yeah, so far I've completed all of these: January, February, March and April. I'm stitching this on, I think this is 32 count Vintage Country Mocha by Swan, using all of the called for threads. So I've got to start May. I haven't got round to it yet, but I will be starting May shortly. I don't know what's happened to the needle on that. It's a bit worrying. Yeah, hopefully it's somewhere in the bag, because with little dogs and that running around, well, little dogs, my big dogs, last thing I need to do is lose a needle anywhere. It's not falling on the floor, is it? No, it must be in the bag. Okay, so that is my little sheep stitch that I do with Sally every month. Sally's a bit ahead of me with hers, because I'm just stitching one a month. She's kind of not done that, so the likelihood is that Sally's going to finish much before I am, because I literally am only picking it up once a month. Right, okay, so that's my FFO and my finish. So we'll get into my stitching, and these aren't in any particular order. And at the moment, guys, I've given up with trying to put in pictures of where you saw it previously, because I really have had some problems with my editing suite. And if I'm really honest with you, I'm quite sure when you've got me on that you don't avidly watch me. I'm quite sure that you're stitching along while I'm chatting to you. So I'm pretty confident that if I don't put some before pictures in, you're not going to notice the difference, particularly with my full coverage anyway. But what I will do, I'll tell you the bits I've been working on as we go along. Okay, so I'll start with my full coverage projects, and these weren't the first one, these weren't in any particular order. So the first one I'm going to show you, and I will put pictures in of these of what they look like when they're completed. So first one I'm going to show you is charted by Pain Free Crafts, and the artwork is by Stanley Morrison, and it is Blackberry Dragon. So here's where I am with it at the minute, and I did about 600 stitches on this one this month. I hadn't had this one out for a little while, so I did feel that it needed a bit of an outing. So I am stitching this on 28 count Easy Guide by Zweigart, and I am stitching it 2 over 1/10 stitch. So yeah, I've done a bit of backgrounds on this time, a bit of background over here rather, and over here actually, and then I've filled in a bit more on this green dragon wing here, is what I've been working on. So that's where we are with Blackberry Dragon. Okay, and then I am going to pause you a minute because this lighting is really bothering me and I think I need to sort it out. Bear with me one moment. Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be any better, but we will give it a try. We'll give it a try. At least I haven't got loads of shadows on me now, so hopefully it'll be okay. Right. Okay, so that was Blackberry Dragon. Excuse me. So the next and only other full coverage project that I worked on is also charted by Pain Free Crafts, but this one, the artwork is by Chris Dunn, and this is Feast. I'll put a picture in of what Feast looks like when it's finished. And here I am with it now. So I'm really apologise about the shadows. There's not much I can really do. So here I am with it now. I've been filling in mostly around here. I only did 200 stitches on this one, so not very much at all. But, you know, progress is progress, isn't it? These 200 stitches I hadn't done last month, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so next project, and like these aren't in any particular order at all, so I did do quite a bit on this one. So this one is not full coverage. So this is the kitchen garden by the Drawn Thread. Here is what it looks like when it's finished. I love stitching this. I really love stitching this. And I have taken it out of the Q-snap because you haven't seen it out of the Q-snap for quite a long time, and I moved it in the Q-snap because I'd finished the section that I was working on and moved on to the next. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it out of the Q-snap so that I can show you where we are. So here I am with Kitchen Garden. So as you can see, I finished all of the tomatoes. I finished the back sits on the carrots, and I've brought it. This is the end of that side of the piece now. So I've put in the onions and the roots of the pepper. So I did quite a bit on this. I'm quite pleased with how it's looking. Okay, there we go. So this one is stitched on, sorry, I didn't say with Feast, did I? Feast, the previous one, that's stitched on 28 count easy guides, but that's 1/1 full cross. This is 32 count summer khaki by Zygarde, and I'm stitching it using all of the called for silks, which I bought as a kit from Chris at the Nimble Thimble. If you want to do a drawn thread, it is buy one from Chris, because it is the most economical way to stitch a drawn thread chart, because she will give you more than enough silk for what you need to stitch each chart basically. So that's that one. Okay, I really don't know what to do about the light in here at the minute, because I'm going to play this video back a second and just see if the light's really bad, because if it is, I'm going to move. Okay, hang on a minute. Hello, welcome back, and we are now in a different aspect of my house. So welcome to my back garden. I'm sitting out here. I've got the outbuildings that we've got are over here, and then the chicken coops down the bottom there, and you probably are going to get a bit of chicken noise now because Howard has just arrived back from the field. So yeah, which means the girls are on their way back with him because Howard never goes anywhere without them. So you may well get a bit of chicken noise. Right. This video is a bit of a nightmare, but I'm not going to film it again, I'll tell you. Okay, so let's carry on, shall we? So the next one that I'm going to show you, oh, and by the way, when I came out of my summer house, I found my needle on the floor. So needle is recovered. Okay, so the next project that I'm going to show you, and I've shifted around a bit on this one, so I just want to show you the actual chart. I have got the needle minder stuck on the chart in a minute. Hang on a minute. So this is Charlotte Frost 1846 by the Scarlet House. Let me just... So this is what it looks like when it's finished. Look at that. And I've had this chart on the go now for a little while, actually, quite a while. And I went ages without picking it up. That noise, by the way, that you can now hear in the background is somebody who lives a bit further down the road from me has got about 6 peacocks. So that noise you can hear is one of her peacocks. Right. Occasionally they do wander up here. So I came out one evening and there was one sitting on the back fence out here. Okay, so here I am with it now. So last time you saw this, I think I'd done this top half. I had been all the way round with the border, but I've now started the grass down the bottom here, and that's the beginning of one of the sheep, the little black sheep of the family, so to speak. So yeah, I got to the point, and I mentioned this last time, that I'm missing stitching houses basically, and so I decided I wanted to work upwards on this one, get going on some of the grass so that I could get to the house. So there we are with this one. This is stitched on the called for fabric, which is 37 count corn tassel from Access Commodities Legacy Linens, and I am stitching it using the called for MPI silks. So there we go with that one. You know, I cannot see at all what's happening on the screen now. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Never mind. Never mind. But I just didn't want to leave it anymore and not film, so... Oh, sorry, I sent the zip the wrong way that time. Apologies. Right, so the next one I'm going to show you is this one. So this is Rejoice Evermore by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. There we go. Really popular chart, this one. I'm sure you've all seen this one. Lots and lots of people have stitched it. I really like stitching this. Really like it. So I stitched on it a little bit since last time I saw you. There's some bird action going on behind me now as well. Okay, so here I currently am with it. Ta-da! So since I last saw you, I finished stitching this second row down, and I finished the top sawtooth border, and I'm now started on the second one, and as you can see, I've started on the wording as well. So that's where we are with Rejoice Evermore, and I'm stitching this one on 36 count platinum by Zweigart, and I'm using all of the called for over dyed threads. Love it. I really enjoy stitching this, really enjoy it. So there we go with Rejoice Evermore. Okay, next one that I stitched on is by Our Forest Embroidery, and this is the Vintage Black Sampler, or Black Vintage Sampler. This is again a really popular chart, and I've had this on the go for quite a long time. Here's what it looks like when it's finished. And here I am with it at the moment. So I've been working on that big house because I've had a hankering to work on houses, and I thought, I know where I've got a house that needs stitching, so out this one came, and I've almost finished the house now. I've got to do the smoke coming out of the other chimney, but yeah, it's coming along quite well now, this one. So this one I'm stitching on 32 count silver grey by Zweigart, and I'm stitching this one using a cottage garden thread called Ampersand, which is a gorgeous black to grey variegated. Really like this, really like it. Great piece of stitching, this one, when you're watching the telly, because I've got to keep swapping colours and etc. And that house hasn't been too much counting. It's been a really straightforward piece of the chart to stitch. So that's where we are with that one. And then I stitched a little bit on this one. So this is Floral Etchings by Heart in Hand Needle Art. This is what it looks like when it's finished. Oh my goodness, the sun's moved and now I can see you. It's great. So this is what it looks like when it's finished. And this is where I am with it now. So I haven't done masses on this one since you last saw it. Got a bit of breeze now. So there we go. Oops. At least I can see what I'm showing you now. It looked like a black screen earlier because the sun was on it. So this is stitched on a 36 count fabric from Coffee Craft Fabrics. It's a really nice fabric, this. I really like it. I might stitch on this afternoon. It's a really nice summery sort of project, isn't it, to stitch on? And I'm stitching this using all the called for colours. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, so the next one that I stitched on, and I haven't done, I'm just going to put these over here out of the way a moment. I didn't do very much on this one. It was literally maybe an hour or two one afternoon, and it's a bit of a weird project to be stitching on when the weather's so lovely, but I really want to try and finish this one in time for the winter. So this is by the Cross-Eye Cricket Collection Winter, and loads of people have stitched these. I've already done summer and autumn, so this is my third one that I'm stitching. And you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you do spring next, as it is spring? And the thought did occur to me at the time, but the only thing with it was, I thought, well, if I stitch spring now, it's not going to be ready this spring, and then I'm not going to get round to doing autumn either, and so neither of them will be finished till next year. But yeah, so I didn't stitch much on this, but here I am with it now. So I put in the little bird and his little present on top of the tea. And I've started on the, what have I started on? Got a blank. The N. So I'm not sure if you can see, but this fabric, it's lovely, this fabric. So this is a fabric by Sparkleys, and this is a 28 count linen, opalescent linen, in the colourway Charcoal Slate. I had to think for a minute. And I'm stitching this using most of the called for colours except the white in that snowman. So the suggested for this was a blend of, I think it was Blanc and something else, can't remember what, but it was a sparkly thread, and I thought, I'm using a sparkly fabric, I don't think the snowman needs a sparkly thread as well, so I'm using sulky white for this. So yeah, and the reason I'm using sulky white is I'll be honest with you, I much prefer it to DMC Blanc or B5200, I really do. So wherever I can use it in replacement, I do. Right, so that's winter. So that didn't get an awful lot done on it, but you know, got a little bit. Right, and then I had a project out that I haven't had out for a long time. And again, this is definitely not seasonal stitching. So the project that I had out is the Old Sail and Broom Company by Primitive Hair. And this is now one of my oldest whips, I think. So this is what it looks like when it's finished. And a little bit of a milestone with this one. I finally have finished the centerpiece, which is the witch with her cat and broom. So she's finished in the middle there. So I've now got all the words in. There's a horrible border actually around the outside as well today. And we had a bit of a debate about this on a couple of Flosstubes ago, where I said, shall I just stitch the witch and her cat and put it in a hoop or something, or shall I carry on and do the whole thing? And we decided to do the whole thing. There's a blooming wasp buzzing around now. So this is stitched on 30 count Old Salem by the Primitive Hair. And this was in the earlier days of my stitching. You can see I've been super wasteful with fabric as well. And I'm stitching this using the Call-For colours, which are Gentle Arts Raven is the black. I can't remember what the orange is, to be honest. Oh, the only bit I've got left to do on the witch is her shoelaces on her boots. And then she'll be done. So quite pleased with my progress on that one. But again, that was a bit of mindless stitching because I was finishing off with the black while I've been watching TV. And I'm not a big telly fan normally, but I have been a bit addicted to watching something, and my stitching has suffered as a consequence. Right, next. So I haven't had this project out for a while, so I really wanted to crack on with this one. So this is another one of my projects that's quite old now. So this is the Morris Dancer by GGR. This isn't, well, it is what it looks like, but this is a picture of the original sampler. So it doesn't quite do this piece justice, I don't think. So it's a real big sampler, this one, really big. But I did do a bit with this, so here I am with it at the moment. So since I last saw you, I've been working on the tree a bit more, and I put in Eve. So there we are with that one. Oh, it's really big. Sorry, nothing's been ironed. I apologise. Don't iron anything till it's finished. So I'm stitching this on a 36 count fabric, 36 count linen, which I dyed myself, and I'm using a mixture of the over dyed threads and DMC conversion. So yeah, I enjoyed getting this one out again. Actually, I hadn't had it out for quite a long time, so it was nice to get that one back out. And then I've only got a couple more to go. I'm putting them back as I go along, guys, because otherwise I just end up getting in a bit of a mess, and I particularly don't want to get in a mess when I'm sitting outside. So right, that's that one. And then this one, this is still in the hoop because I've been working on this one last night. So this is, oh, hang on, nearly losing my needle minder again. Now I have lost it. Hang on a minute. You're probably thinking this is all a bit amateur Elaine today. Well, it probably is each time, let's face it. Okay, so this is Spring Frolic at Bunny Hill by Brenda Gervais. That's what it looks like when it's finished. You know, this has been a bit of seasonal stitching. Here I am with it at the moment. So I've been working on this grass down here. I seem to have a lot of projects requiring grass at the moment, this being one of them. So this is stitched on a 36 count light Sanditon by Swan Bay Fabrics. And I do love her fabric, really love it. And particularly this light Sanditon, actually. And then my final project that I've been stitching on is this one. So this is my chatelaine. This is Sparkling Peacocks Mandala, and I did spend a bit of time stitching this actually. Oh, do you know what? This looks great in the sunshine. You can see the sparkles in the thread. Here I am with it now. So I'm still working on the central piece here. And I've done lots of filling in since I last saw you. So I've put in the Jessicas in the centre of the peacock feather eyes. And I've done quite a lot of filling in around these, and I'm now going outwards a bit further. I haven't put any beads in yet, and I've been listening to a lot of people, and I've probably decided I'm not going to put them in till near the end. Actually, I wanted a bead as I go, but I'm a bit worried about crushing my beads, so I haven't done that. So I'm stitching this on a 28 count even weave. This is called Silver Lining, and it's by Pole Stitches. And this is the only project that I have in a scroll frame. But yeah, it's just, I love stitching this. So yeah, I've been using Gloriana's silk lame braids. It's just just a pleasure, if a little bit of a challenge to stitch. I really like it, really like it. So very, very happy with how that one is going. So that guys is all my stitching. So you know, not too shabby. Little bits of everything, really. Little bit of everything. Okay, I'm going to put that back up there. Right, what should we do next? Let's do a bit of haul. So I haven't got much. I haven't done much shopping. I have bought quite a lot of threads, which I haven't got to show you. So I finished buying threads for Winter Moon by Plum Street Samplers, because I kind of, you know, I really want to start that soon, because again it's a house and I'm missing a bit of house stitching, so I really want to start that. I also bought threads for a project that I am going to start this weekend, and I'll show you that in a minute. And so that's all the threads that I've bought. But I did buy a project bag from lovely Pauline at Sobe Bags. Look at this. This is Itsy. I'm craving stitching houses, so Pauline put up this bag with houses on it, and so I had to buy it. I had to. So yeah, so that is my latest bag from Pauline. So Pauline sells her bags on Etsy. She normally does a drop on a Friday at 6 o'clock UK time. She did one yesterday, so you probably won't see another one from her for another month. And I didn't buy any this time, but I bought this one last time. I normally buy several projects a year from Pauline, project bags a year. So yeah, so that was my latest project bag from Pauline. And then I did buy some fabric from Swan Bay Fabrics. Now, one piece of it, I bought 3 fat 8s. One piece I've gifted, so I haven't got that to show you, but I have got 2 different pieces. So the piece that I gifted was a piece of light Sanditon, which is the one I just showed you on the bunny project. But I also bought this time, excuse me, these are both 36 count. This is 36 count Pemberley. Again, you know, if you like stitching using neutral colours, then I really, really recommend Swan Bay Fabrics. So Swan Bay Fabrics is owned by Marie at Stitches in Diamonds. So that is Pemberley. And I definitely have to keep ordering from her, because they're just delightful fabrics to stitch on as well. And then I also got a piece of this one. Again, this is a really nice fabric. I've got to try some darker ones as well from her. So this is Longbourn Blush. You really can't see this one that well. So this is a real pinky fabric. Oh, that might be side bed. So it's very, very pastel-y pink. Very pastel-y pink. But really nice. Really like that too. So that was all my purchases, guys. That's all I bought, was some fabric in a bag. Right. On my last, I'll do this first. So on my last, not my last video, the one before that, I was giving away a chart that I'd finished, which is this one. So this is Something Wicked by La Di Da. But it wasn't claimed. And it's been, well, since that particular video, it's been a long time. And it's been 5 weeks since my last video, and still the lady hasn't got in touch with me. Lady, man, I'm not sure what. So I'm going to put it up for grabs again. So this is Something Wicked by La Di Da. I've stitched this. It was really good fun to stitch. If you would like to win this chart, please use the word witch. Use the word witch. As in, you know, wicked witch. W-I-T-C-H. Okay? And we will draw that one again on my next video. So yeah. Okay, and you can be anywhere in the world, I don't mind. I'll post it to wherever. I'm really easy. Okay, and then I have got a planned new start. And this is a planned new start for today. And it is in this gorgeous project bag. So this project bag was made and gifted to me by my friend Sally at Flossie Sews and Grows. Thank you, Sally. Look at it. I mean, it's just such a nice bag. And we said, you know, when we could find a project that we wanted to stitch together, we would use, because she made one of these for herself as well. So I went on a little jaunt out last Friday, so a week ago on Friday, with both Sally from Flossie Sews and Grows. That's her Flosstube channel, so if you haven't watched her, go check Sally out. And I also went out with Lindsay, who is the Cheshire Stitcher. Again, Lindsay's got a Flosstube channel, and she's under 1,000 subs at the minute, so it'd be really good to help Lindsay get to the 1,000. So we three met up at a place called Abercans, which is a big fabric shop. Well, they sell fabric, they do as in sewing fabric, not cross stitch fabric. They do sell a little bit of cross stitch, but not my sort of cross stitch. It was all like beginner cross stitch stuff, really. So they sell fabric, so if you're into quilting and all that sort of thing, great shop to go to pick fabric, or if you're into, you know, dressmaking, etc. But I did go and purchase some finishing fabrics that it probably would class as haul, but I'm not gonna get all my finishing fabric out to show you. So yeah, so we went and met there for a bit of lunch and a little wander around the shops there. And while we were sat there having a catch up and chatting, and it was lovely to see them both, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them again. We agreed that we would start, we were all discussing Stacey Nash's Animal Crackers series, and we all discovered that each one of us has got one of the animal crackers. And our friend Sue, who should have joined us that day as well, but unfortunately wasn't very well, also let us know on our little WhatsApp group that we've got that she's got one of the animal crackers, and we've all got different ones. So we decided, so today, this Saturday, is Cheshire Stitchers meet-up day. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to go today because, you know, husband's down in Carnarvon at the food festival, and I've got nobody to look after the dogs. And I can't, you know, Bear's too young to be left on his own for too long. So so we all decided that this Saturday we would start our one of the Animal Crackers series, and then as we finish them, we'll swap, so that between us we'll all have got 4 of them. So the one that I'm going to start is Munro, which is this one. I thought I'd got the bunny and I hadn't. I'd got this one, but it's so long ago since I purchased this. So I'm going to start him today. So I had to buy a couple of the threads for him. I'd got some of them, and I discovered actually today that I'd got a couple of others that I didn't know that I'd got, but that were on a different project. So I'm going to stitch Munro using vintage country mocha. So in a 36 count. I hadn't got the called for, which is a Dames of the Needle linen called Saffron. So I didn't have that, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with the old faithful vintage country mocha. It'll be fine. It looks okay. And I've put it up against the threads. I think that little mushroom, do you see that on the side of him? That could be a bit of a challenge to stitch. And like I say, I've never stitched one of these before. And Stacey says to do the outline first and then like start in the centre with the stitching. But I'm not sure how well, I'm not sure if that works for me. So if anybody can suggest the best way of starting one of these animal crackers, do I need to do the template first? Because I thought it might be easier if I just stitch him first, then put the template round him afterwards. Can somebody give me some advice around what's the best thing to do with that? It would be useful. So that's my planned new start. And then Lindsay reminded me that it is May, you know, and it is that month where people go one way or the other. They're either stitching monogamously for the month, or they're stitching all the things with lots of May Mania starts. And I thought, oh yeah, May Mania. So I may well have more. I've obviously got May to start from my little sheep set, and I'm going to start Monroe, and I may well start something else as well. It might be the Winter Moon one, because I've got all the threads for that now, but I've got other projects that I've got all the threads for as well, so it could be one of those. I don't know. Jury's out on that one. Right. What next? Oh yes, Flosstubers. So I've been a bit obsessed with watching TV, so it's not like me. I don't watch an awful lot of TV normally, and this is proper trashy TV I've been watching. So I've been watching Married at First Sight Australia. I know, it's not, you know, it's just a bit of mindless telly, but I've actually really enjoyed it. So my stitching has sort of taken a little bit of a backseat while I've watched that. I've finished it now, so I can go back to my stitching. But so it meant my floss tube got a little bit, my floss tube watching was a little bit neglected, but I have watched some. So one person that I do want to mention, because she gave me a shout out on their last video, and I'm going to meet her later this year, and I'm really excited to meet her, is Shellia from Sunshine Stitchers. So Shellia, thank you so much for the shout out on your channel. So Shellia is coming to our Essex Needles retreat in September, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her. So thank you, Shellia. I don't always comment very often on people's floss tubes, but I do watch you, and I have watched you ladies for quite a while now. So yeah, thank you for that shout out, because I'm pretty confident that's where the majority of my new subscribers came from. So thank you very much. Other people I've been watching, I've watched Stitchy Sally, because I always watch Stitchy Sally. I've watched Flossie Sews and Grows. I've watched Stuart in Stitches. I've watched Penelope's Pocket. Sarah, really like her. If you haven't watched her, I can thoroughly recommend. Really, really good. Who else have I watched? I've watched Lauren, Cross Stitch Bunny. Yeah, they're all the one. And then everybody else. Oh, and Crafty Emily I've watched as well. So I'm a little bit behind with Flosstube watching. I need to catch up a bit. Right. Yeah, so any of those guys, please, if you've not watched them before, go and give them a look. I'm pretty sure most of you have. So right, what have I got? Yeah, books. So finally, books. So I have just finished a book, which is The Swift and the Harrier by Minette Waters. So it's a historical book, this one. It's historical fiction, but it is kind of loosely based around events that were kind of happening in Britain at that particular time. So it's set in the time of the English Civil War, when the Royalists under King Charles I and the Roundheads under Oliver Cromwell, you know, went to war basically because Charles didn't really want to obey by Parliament's rules at the time, and he felt that he was supreme ruler and he could do anything he wanted basically, and Parliament disagreed with that and felt that he had too much power over the people. So they went to war, and it was a very long, dragged out war, and there he goes. There's Howard for you, everybody. That's Howard, my cockerel, making it known that he is back from the field. Yep, he's up the garden. I don't think you can see him from where you are, or from where I'm pointing my camera. Anyway, there you go. Howard has joined us for his little contribution to my floss tube. So yeah, what was I saying? So this book, it was okay. It was okay. It was readable. I would give it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't the best book I've ever read, and certainly for Minette Waters, it was a bit disappointing, I thought. personally. So 3 out of 5, that one for me. Apart from that, I think I'd already filmed last time and told you I'd finished Rob Rinder's book, The Suspect. I am reading a book by Kate Atkinson at the moment called Death at the Sign of the Rook. I'm quite enjoying that. If you like Agatha Christie type murder mysteries, then that's a good one. I'll let you know what rating I give that when I finished it. And I'm about to start a new book, but I'm in two minds whether to start the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas or whether to read something else, because I have got a whole huge list of books in my Goodreads to crack on with reading. Right, that is it, I think. I don't think I've missed anything out. If I have it, I'll just have to bring it up next time. So I'll be back, not at the end of May. Well, maybe actually. I'm going to have a few days on holiday next week, as this weather's so lovely. I've got to go to work Monday, but then I'm going to have the rest of the week off, and me and my husband are going to go out and about a bit, and we also need to get a bit of decorating done as well. So, you know, you never know, there might be a bit of stitching involved too. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so I am going to go. It is Saturday just turned afternoon here at the minute. I probably am not going to upload this video until tomorrow, I would think, because it's too nice to be indoors editing today. So you may not get this until tomorrow sometime, because we are forecasted to get a bit of rain tomorrow and Monday, and then after that it turns like this again, hopefully. So I'll try and put a little video in to show you where I went yesterday in Llanberis, which is where Mount Snowdon is, which is the highest mountain in Wales. So I'll send, you know, I'll put a little few pictures in of that, and I'll try and put in a little video of my husband's new bees as well, for anybody who's interested in that. And apart from that, I will see you at some point in June. I'm not going to say when, because I'm not sure yet, but I'll be back in June. Take care, everybody. If the weather's nice where you are, I hope you're enjoying a bit of sunshine and maybe a bit of stitching in the garden. If it's not so nice where you are, well, I hope then that you're snuggled up inside with your stitching. Anyway, take care of yourselves, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all again on my next video. Bye for now.